look around you. I hope you're somewhere safe and secure, right? Somewhere where you can feel pretty blessed. Even though the world might not be too amazing, even though your country might not be too perfect, picture perfect and everything, I hope you can still look around you like I can right now and still feel like blessed. Like I have, I'm in a home, I have a family, I have friends, I have people who care about me. I can do stuff I love every day, right? So just focus on that. But then take a second, like as a separate little thought over here. Don't get too lost in it, but just a little thought about the fact that there is stuff going on in the world, right? There is crazy stuff. There is, pretty dangerous things directly outside of where you might be, but don't worry about it too much, but just be mindful of it. And then think about, the type of people who are supposed to solve that stuff, like who's supposed to solve the fact that there might be dangers directly outside of my house? Who's supposed to solve the fact that the world isn't going too well and the country's not picture perfect? Like who's supposed to, be there for all that? It's supposed to be the president. Obviously, I know he doesn't run the stuff. He's like the puppeteer. No, not the puppeteer. He's the puppet. The puppeteer is the rich people who be, making him do certain stuff. I'm going to be blurry for a second. I don't even care. I'm not going to give it time. I think if I give it energy, my camera does it on purpose to make me mad. So I'm going to be blurry for a second. I know this guy isn't too trustworthy. Aaron P. I don't know how to say his last name. But we are going to watch this video of a Trump Tower on the moon that the actual president posted. So just once again, I'm trying to make the point here that we're in a war. There's horrible stuff going on in our country to our own people. And this is what he's spending his time doing, right? Not just like the Jesus picture, not just talking about how, Coca-Cola can cure cancer, apparently, which is funny because someone said that's actually a doctor's office, which I think is really funny because now there's like lore to all of this. We're like connecting the dots and stuff, which I think is really cool. But I'm going to talk about how stupid it is that this is what he spends his time on. You know what I mean? Like, I am blessed enough to be can you focus? Oh my God, I'm actually going to freak out. So I'm blessed enough to be in a space where I can look around and feel happy. I'm blessed enough to be with people that make me feel happy and loved and stuff like that. But imagine you don't have that, which is so many people, right? There's so many people who feel like very lonely. There's so many people who have lost a ton of people. There's so many people who can't fix certain potholes in their life, right? Whether it's like paying a medical bill, paying off student loans, a lot of paying, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of that going on, which isn't getting fixed. Food prices are up, job wages are down, everything else is up. It's pretty bad. And then this is what the person who has control over that is doing. Posting this. You know what I mean? So it's like, really think about that. Like, this isn't just like he's being silly. No! He's the leader of a country, of one of the top world nations. And this is what he's spending his time doing. You get what I'm saying? He's so focused on his name, on his brand, on making sure he feels important. Yeah, Trump Tower on the moon. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, if we ever get there. If we ever get there, bro. If we ever get there. Yeah, maybe the only time we'll be on the moon is because our world isn't here no more. Because it's polluted, because it's destroyed, because it's bombed, any one of those million reasons that he helps cause. That could be one of them. So it's insane. We're going to watch this video now, but I just really want you to think about that, right? This is supposed to be the person who's like supposed to every single day. He is supposed to make sure he spends every single second to protect us, right? Like a mother to her newborn. That's what it's supposed to be. Because why would you be the president if that's not what you'd be doing? You know what I mean? Like, that's the idea. So just remember that.
Trump Tower on the moon. That's what the president wants next. He now is posting renderings of a Trump Tower built on the surface of the moon. It comes after the Artemis 2 launch, successful launch, by the way, where American astronauts went to the moon, not on the moon.
that's one big thing he likes doing too, is stealing spotlights, apparently. You know, like whenever there's something going on, I was just talking about it in the other video too. But with, like when the Pope died last year, he posted a picture of him as an AI Pope, right? And I just think like that stuff is so, he's done that a million trillion times, where it's like there's this big thing going on. It might be tragic, might be really good. Doesn't matter. He hops on board and says, make it about me, make it about me, make it about me. Goodness gracious. Pipe down. Would you? Something like that. I don't know.
To the moon for the first time in a very long time. And well, now, this is what the president wants, or is at least posting about in the future. A Trump Tower on the moon. Mind you, we are in the middle of a war in Iran still. Gas prices are soaring. And while the president is focused on building potentially a Trump Tower on the moon. Now, this isn't going to happen anytime soon. It's probably never going to happen unless we colonize the moon in some way, shape, or form. But if you want to know where the president's ambitions are and where the president's head is at, as Congress establishes a commission to look into whether he has a fitness to serve, this is where he's at. Spread the word. Subscribe to my Substack, link in bio to support.
Once again, I know the Aaron guy might not be the perfect guy, but the way he just words it and talks about it, I do think it's pretty fire, and it really gets the point right across, right? It's like, there are things going on, bro, and that's what he's doing. Like, if he was, I don't know, man, if he was just like, if he had influence because he was a streamer, okay, fine. If he had influence because he was maybe like, I don't even know, like who's someone high up who would be able to do something like this and not, and like have it make sense. Like there's not really even like even like a Congress person posting something like that would be kind of insane, right? Like I don't think there's any, like when you're in a role where you're supposed to help as many people as possible and make these big decisions, you should never ever be focusing on yourself. Do you get what I'm saying? I think one of the biggest reasons is not just where his head is at in the moment right now, making it about him, but it's the fact that this is probably where his head has always been at. Probably the only reason why he's even president is because it's for him, right? Directly. That's the whole reason. Not just the surface level reason, but 100 layers deeper at the bottom of the iceberg is still his name. You know what I mean? It's all about him. So I think that's the bigger issue here, is that it almost reveals this big illusion he tries to set up. Obviously, it wasn't an illusion to, smart people who don't like him. But, yeah, it's all really falling apart here because, like, what do you mean, gang? It's just, let's just make everything about me. Let's just do that. Let's just, like, what if I started doing that? I wouldn't be cool. People wouldn't look up to me. I'd be a fool, right? But then all of a sudden, if you have a ton of power and you're supposed to actually help people, you can just not. You can just be funny. You can just be a little meme and people will like it. Like, I don't know, man. It's actually kind of concerning about where all this is going. I don't know. It's the type of thing where what's always scared me, I know this is like kind of extreme. Now, once again, look around. Remember how blessed you are, okay? I don't want to get it too extreme. But it's always scared me that I know there's like certain checkpoints to launch a nuke, right? Like one person can't just do it. But imagine if he knew he was going to die, okay? Let's say like he had some type of disease and he knew he had less than a month left. If he's this selfish to want to put his name on the moon, I feel like he'd be selfish enough to bomb the whole world to take us all out with him. You know what I mean? I don't think that's an insane thought. I think if he was able to do it, he would. I think the only thing that would stop it is the fact that I don't think he can just press the button. There isn't like just a button to press. You know what I mean? It goes through multiple things until they can actually launch something. 100% that's how it works. It's not just like one person gets all the demand. Unless you're like in North Korea or something. But I wouldn't be surprised if we go there. If that's where we're headed. So I think that's my biggest concern, is that having someone who leads a whole entire nation that is extremely selfish and self-focused like this and doesn't care at all about the people. I just think that can lead down some horrible roads, like life-ending roads, world-ending roads, when it's, a world power. So, take with that what you will. Remember though, it's not the end of the world yet. We're still here. You're still blessed to be where you are. But it's very crazy. It's eerie that the person who's supposed to be working for me, supposed to be working for you, who's supposed to be up day and night to protect us and make every day better, is focused on this, right? Is focused on putting his name on the moon, taking the spotlight from the actual people and the scientists, the smart people who were able to go to the moon, or at least nearby, or wrap around it or whatever, who are planning to go to the moon. Take the spotlight off of them and say, hey, let's throw my name up there. Like, dude, settle down, gang. He actually reminds me of a second grader. Once again, though, I know he's not in charge. Like, it's the billionaires and the millionaires. Not millionaires. Billionaires. Like, trillionaires, maybe. That are controlling him. Right? And that actually make the decision. So it's not like I'm not trying to say, like, he does everything. Because the president has never done everything. They're just, like, the figurehead. But it's like... it's just... It's embarrassing. I say this every single time, dude. It's embarrassing. It's bad. It's bad. I don't know what to do about it anymore. If you're in another country, gang, you're blessed. Once again, though, I look around and I still realize how blessed I am. Even though I'm in a country that does have horrible leaders and stuff like that, they eat babies and whatnot, I can still go outside and feel safe, at least where I am. You know what I mean? I still have a family, I have a community, kind of. And it's still beautiful. Like, the other day, it was a nice day out. I went outside and there were people playing. Like, there were children playing and laughing and stuff. And I'm like, look, it's not that bad. We're bullying, It's just some horrible people are in charge. So, you win some, you lose some, I guess. Not my moon. Yes, okay. But, okay, so, yeah. I'll see ya. Let me know how you feel about this down below. Hopefully it's not, great, because I would assume you're kind of intelligent or something like that. But we can talk this one out. We can fight it. We can feud it. We can argue. Whatever you freaking desire, gang. But just let me know how you feel about it, I guess. Send it to someone who likes this, who would also like to see this on the moon. Something's wrong with them. Let them know what's up. Tell them you're stupid. And then listen to Blakey on all platforms. Blakey. Well, subscribe first. Do that. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, or if you just want to hear me, or if you don't want to see me. It's actually the new block button is to press subscribe, guys, so it won't ever show me again. And then listen to Blakey on all platforms. Blakey, music everywhere. Blakey, music everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, Blakey, Pandora, Blakey, Apple, Amazon